Hello, and welcome to the Base, Big and Small Screens. Today, today I'd like to talk about a movie that was put out many, many years ago. Almost 20, in fact. This little one, The Negotiator. Now, this is starring a couple of names that many of you may know. Um, Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey. Sam Jackson, of course, being huge because of Avengers, and Kevin Spacey being huge right now because of House of Cards on Netflix. Um, but both of them have had long careers in the movies and down in Hollywood, and they've done quite a few. And this is one of those movies I don't hear talked about enough, and it's a glorious, glorious movie. So what is it about? Well, let's look at the tagline we have here. He frees hostages for a living. Now he's taking hostages to survive. Now, we get a wonderful little thing going here where Sam Jackson's character, um, he is framed for embezzlement and murder of a very close friend of his. Newly married, he ends up having no real recourse. So he ends up going right into the FBI. The tracks down the guy who is basically going to arrest him for murder and embezzlement, and he takes him and everyone in the office hostage. And he says he will only talk to another hostage negotiator, Kevin Spacey's character. The two have never met, but they kind of know of each other. So he brings him in because he's the only one that he's going to talk to, because he doesn't trust anyone in his own department. Um, they're kind of the ones that he suspects somebody is behind this murder and embezzlement. And what goes on from there is classic 90s, late 90s action thriller type show. Now, just because it's something that's been done before, in that genre at least, that's been done before and really refined quite well, doesn't mean it's a bad movie. Au contraire. This is one of the better ones because it has wonderful scene chewing by both Sam Jackson and Kevin Spacey. If you've seen anything these two have done, you know how well they both manipulate a dramatic monologue for their own benefit. They're both very much in that vein. And then you pit them together against each other, and things get rather interesting. I'm not going to spoil the wonderful thing. Let's see, is there anybody else in here on this movie? David Morse, Ron Rifkin, John Spencer, J.T. Walsh, and that's about all the big names that are in here that I can remember. There is one guy, I don't know if I've mentioned him here or not. He's only in it for a little bit. He's the one that ends up getting murdered, but he's the same actor who plays Lieutenant Brass off of CSI. If that's of any consolation, I can't remember his name for the life of me. But yes, The Negotiator is a wonderful, wonderful movie because it it has that tense hostage situation thriller type thing going. Uh, there is some action. There's a lot of the building up of the tension. Then you have a little bit of action. Then there's more building up of tension. It's really well done. And as I said, these two chewing up the scenery are fantastic. There's there's a line that's not in the movie itself. It was in the trailer. I remember the trailer specifically, um, where uh, Kevin Spacey ends up, he's like all highlighted in red, kind of like on here, and he's like, now you have to deal with us both. And I'm kind of sad that that particular one wasn't in the movie, but it's one of those things where those trailers, they have things that aren't really in the movie because it's been on the cutting room floor, that sort of thing. But yes, it's you have these two butting heads. He's trying to get everyone out alive, Kevin Spacey, while Sam Jackson is trying to get to the truth of the matter, whatever it takes. and it creates a very interesting dynamic of those two butting heads. So yes, this week I recommend you check out The Negotiator if you can find it. It is well worth your time. And as always, if you like what I'm doing here, please give that like button a tap. Uh, don't forget to give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of any new videos that I put out. I usually put out something a week. And leave a comment in the comment section if you've seen The Negotiator, if you like it, if you don't like it. Uh, if you like either of these two actors, I don't know why you wouldn't. They're pretty good actors. Let's get a discussion going. I'd love to talk to you guys. So that's about it for this week on the base. So you all keep enjoying your movies, and I will see you next week.